Hey guys, it's Jesse from Gridless Heating and Cooling. This video is going to be about Midea's ducted offerings. Midea is a fairly new entrant to the Australian market, and they've presented some pretty budget options for getting your ducted system installed with very attractive rebates under the VEU gas to electric scheme. So these systems can qualify for a fair amount of rebates, and they're pretty cheap budget systems. So I'm going to be going over the quality of these systems, if they're even worth getting, the rebate amounts that they qualify for, noise levels, extras such as extra controllers and Wi-Fi, the cost of installation and the system, and also extras that may apply if you have a double-story home or a tin roof. So let's start with Midea. Midea is a pretty new entrant to the Australian market, and so a lot of customers that I speak to, they have a lot of hesitation around getting Midea systems. Now, Midea has combated this. They offer a 7-year warranty on all of their systems, but there's no denying that if you look up Midea's customer service and reviews, it's not at the absolute highest. When you compare to brands like Mitsubishi or Panasonic or Rinnai that are also available in the government scheme, Midea does not really come out looking too good. But in terms of the actual quality of their systems, they're pretty good systems, and they're very cheap. So if you're looking for something that is cost effective, I would recommend getting Midea. If you're looking at something which is going to save you a lot of money on the initial investment, Midea can be a good option. If you're looking for something which is less likely to break down over time and which has better customer service, I'd recommend some other options. So let's start with the different units that are available. So under the government scheme, you can get a 14 kilowatt system, or you can get a 17 kilowatt Midea system. Okay, both of these systems qualify for rebates. The 17 kilowatt system comes with 66 weeks, and the 14 kilowatt system comes with 56 weeks. Each week trading at roughly $100. That means you're getting between $6,600 and $5,600 in rebates, depending on which system you're getting. Now, a 17 kilowatt system is going to be suitable for about a 120 to 130 square meter home, and the 14 kilowatt system is obviously going to be more applicable for a slightly smaller home. Now, let's talk about the noise levels of these systems. The systems are relatively loud, the outdoor systems at 66 decibels. You can get quieter systems, but in terms of the internal noise of the systems, it's really not too bad. Now, in terms of extras, you can get a Wi-Fi controller for the Midea that will be extra. A lot of customers choose to opt for a better quality controller, such as an AirTouch, when they get a Midea system, and that will cost you between $1,500 to $2,000. So an AirTouch is a fairly expensive piece of equipment. You need to buy the controller, you need to install it, and usually you'll also want to install IRS temperature sensors in each room, which gives you the freedom to be able to choose the temperature of each room. The way that works is you have zone motors, which are basically, you can imagine circles, which can be closed off to 0%, which means no air goes through, or to 100%, which means all the air goes through. And the zone motors can change their orientation and angle and change the amount of air that's coming in to control the temperature of your home. Now, in terms of cost for this system, the cost of a Midea system is actually pretty cheap. You're looking at about $3,000 to $4,000 for the system, depending on what system that you get. But that's just for the ducted unit. Now, for each system, especially like here at Gridless, we don't cut any corners. So we need to make sure that whenever we're installing a system or replacing an existing gas ducted system, we completely rip out all of your old ducts. We put in brand new R1.5 ducting, which is super well insulated. R1.5 means the coefficient of the insulation is 1.5. Actually, I'll just show you here. R1.5, it's a lot thicker than R0.8, which is what most gas ducted systems have, right? If you have gas ducted in your home, you're probably going to have not too much insulation. So we put in bigger ducts with better insulation. And so that's actually very expensive labor-wise, and in terms of material, you're looking at about $3,000 in extra material costs, and that's not even including the extra labor that's required with a job. So getting a system like this installed can cost between $12,000 to $20,000. Really depends on the number of vents that are being installed, the layout of your home. If your home is double story, that makes it much more complicated. It's very hard to do to retrofit ducted systems into ducted double story houses. So very hard to do if you have a double story house. I'd usually recommend going for a multi-split system, and Midea does have pretty good multi-split systems, and there's a bunch more on our channel as well. So costs are pretty high with ducted systems. So if you're looking to save money, I would recommend getting a multi-split. If you do having the convenience and luxury of having a ducted system, they can be very good options. So you're looking at about $12,000 to $20,000 costs, and after the rebates, you're looking at about taking between $5,600 and $6,600 off of that final price. Now, in terms of extras, you're going to be paying more if it's double story, and also it's much harder to do double story. I would usually recommend going multi-split for a double story home. And if you have a tin roof, it's going to be more expensive as well for ducted. Now, what do I think of Midea personally? I think it's honestly, I think it's a good budget brand. But if you're looking for something that's a little bit more quality, me personally, I wouldn't go for a Midea system. I'd go something that's a little bit higher quality, like your Mitsubishis, your Panasonics, your Fujitsus, your Rinnais, just a slightly better quality system. But Midea is a good system. We do have customers that are looking to save money, and for those customers, Midea seems to be the best option for them. We don't try to tell the customer what they should get. So if you're interested in getting a quote with us, we will provide you with lots of different options, and then based on a conversation that we have with you, we can recommend the best option that we think will be for you. So if you want to go through that process, you can visit gridless.com.au. We have a look at your floor plan. We design some different systems and options for you. And then if you're interested in going ahead, we use the best quality installers in the industry that are already vetted, that have done tons of installations and that we've inspected. And also, we take care of the entire VIG process for you, so you barely have to lift your pen. You don't really have to do anything. So if you're interested in that, you can visit gridless.com.au. If you have any videos that you'd like me to make, or any systems that you're curious about, or just any questions, please leave a comment below or email us at info@gridless.com.au, and we would love to help you out. Thank you so much for watching the video. I'll catch you later.